So today what I'm going to talk about is the safety of your electronics. So we always go to pretty much the same places to fish, okay? And recently, the last time we went, I didn't have all these electronics on my boat. This is the first time I went with this boat. And I was telling my wife, I'm like, man, anybody could just pull up and steal my graphs, you know? So I was looking into ways to secure the graphs, okay? So I looked up DuraSafe. I see a lot of guys use the DuraSafe locks, which is, if you can see, there's one here. Let me get a little closer. You can see there's one here, one on each side, there's one on each side here. So what it does, it replaces the swivel so you can't turn them off. Now, before I even get to this video, if someone really wanted to, they can grab this shit and break this whole thing, this thing right off, okay? Over here, they'd have a hard time. This is steel. And I am working on getting a dual graph mount that's all steel. But this one right here, this plastic mount, I mean, you'd have to jack the boat up. I mean, if somebody really wanted your shit, they could just take a Sawzall and cut this off. I mean, seriously, they can. But just keeping honest people honest pretty much is where I'm at with this video, okay? So I got them, and now here first and foremost, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Matter of fact, let me see how much they are, because I don't want to be wrong. I think they're called DuraSafe. Let's see, DuraSafe, D-U-R-A-S-A-F-E. Okay, DuraSafe locks. Okay, so let's get the price on these bad boys. Okay, so these bad boys right here. All right. They're $50 each. Not $50 for a set of two, which everyone needs two. Well, sometimes you don't. In the situation up front, I didn't. First and foremost, people have their value. I don't think these are worth $50. I don't. To me, 30 bucks is what these should cost. But DuraSafe charges what they want to charge, and I respect that. I bought 6 of them, so you can see where I'm at. So pretty much it's when you buy it, all right, you put your little key in there. If I can get my key in there, turn it. All right, that comes off. And what there is in here, there's a little bolt, okay? A little Phillips head bolt in there. And what you do is you take this collar, you take off your knob, you take the collar, put the bolt through, you tighten it up, and then you put this on there, okay, this on there, and turn it, and now nobody could turn it off. Pretty much unscrew your stuff. Now I got a set for the Lowrance, both Lowrances, so you got to think right there, they're 40 bucks, right? Is that what I said? They're 50, so you got $100 in this one. And then up there I had to buy one, but it's about $100 per unit. Now, you might be saying, you have a Garmin. So Garmin did this bullshit that they wanted to do where they have a cradle that pretty much unlocks, the cradle unlocks, and you could take this off. So you have to buy a different adapter from DuraSafe, which is also, I believe they are $50. They're $43.98. This bracket right here. And what that does, okay, now since the Garmins have this button here, and you could push this button up, and this whole unit comes off the cradle, leaving you to take your units out and leave just the cradle there. It's cool. But for this system, you got to think, you put these on, okay, that locks it in, but if you don't have this bracket here to block this lever, they can take it out and just, they don't have to take it off, they just take your unit off. That's how the new Garmin Eco Maps work. So you had to buy this, okay? Up and down to that. Number one, it hits right here. So when you do this, you need to get yourself a flat mount, not a well, I think it's a 45 degree. You need to get a flat mount, because I can't tip this thing up any higher because it hits right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably just gonna cut out a section here so I can rock it back more. I think I can see the screen pretty good, I'm not sure. But when you do buy this, if you don't have a flat mount, you cannot tip your screen more than that. If I had a flat mount, my screen would be probably tipped up this way. because it hits right here. Okay, so that is number one, first and foremost, about that. So up in the front, we got one on each side of the Lorentz. Okay, we have one on each side of the Garmin, and we can't put the Garmin at a different angle because it hits right here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm probably gonna, actually I'm just going to change this out, and I'm going to get a double stack mount so I can have both my units right here, and then with a double stack mount they're flat, and I'll be able to rock this backwards. So that'll fix the problem. But if you do this, okay, and you want this to work and you want to be able to flip it up more, do not get an angled mount, get a flat mount. Okay, just do it. Now I'm gonna go up to the front of the boat and tell you what I had to do to make that work. So I had to do a little bit of bull crap to make this one work up here. Okay, I got that all set up. Now we're going to go to the front of the boat, to the helm, and I'm going to show you what I had to do to make those work, because that was a problem there too. So when you're buying these things, you got to remember, when you have the Garmin EcoMap, you're going to have to also get this, okay, and make sure you have a flat mount, because if you don't have a flat mount, you can't tilt this too far a different angle. It's going to stay just like that, unless you come in here and you cut this, and you cut this right here. Okay, so we'll put that right there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to the helm of the boat, and we'll go over what I had to do to make it work at the helm. All right, now we're at the helm of the boat. Okay, now when you buy them, you either buy them for the 10-inch screen or the 12-inch screen. Oh, the bracket. When it comes to the actual door locks, it's the same thing. Okay, door lock goes on, and I have one here and I have one here. I couldn't fit it in the middle, so what I did was I just pressed this so tight that they can't unscrew these. So, and this is a precision sonar mount. Okay, now with the precision sonar mount, I had to do some serious, if you're just like don't know how to use a drill and don't know how to use a grinder, I don't know if they make one for the precision mount. It doesn't fit because the Aero precision mount is wider. So what I had to do to make this bracket to stop the button from releasing the unit, because like I said, even if you put these on, Garmin has this release system that takes the whole unit off. So all you would do is it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so what I had to do, I had to get the space I need. So I cut it here. I pretty much cut the centerpiece out. I cut the centerpiece out. I put a cut here, okay, and I put a cut here, because this always has to be in the center to lock on the cradle for the Garmin. And what I did was I drilled holes. I drilled these holes that have slots on them, okay, and these holes don't have slots. So what I do is I drilled the holes here and drilled the holes here and left them loose, and I was able to slide this bracket out. So it gave me that that 1/4 inch, because you need about a 1/2 inch. This has to be a 1/2 inch bigger. Okay, so I took a piece of aluminum which doesn't rust. I cut this, all right, and I was able to adjust it now, so this actual bracket here can slide, and this actually is maxed out. If you guys do this, I would actually come out farther, because this is tight and maxed out to the max. But I did move it. I moved this piece over, so now I can slide it, and I did the same thing on that side. I put, you know, the bolts, so basically this whole thing slides in and out a 1/4 inch both ways, which makes it wide enough to fit on here. And then I had to cut the square out, as you see in here, so it can accommodate for the little Garmin push button thing. If you just have Garmins, you know what I'm talking about, this piece here. You know what I'm talking about. If you're a Garmin EcoMap, you know what I'm talking about. So I had to modify this. It took me about an hour to do, because I had to drill the holes, I had to make the holes bigger, and if I loosen these, this whole bracket can slide in and out. So if I ever decide to put it on something else, I could slide it back in and make it normal sized. So I would definitely do that, because for some reason the precision brackets are wider. It's about, when you put it together, you need a 1/2 inch more, you know, or maybe like a little more than, you need about a 1/2 inch more on that bracket to make it fit. So you have to do that to make it work on one of the precision sonar mounts, okay? And the reason why I got it's precision sonar accessories. The reason why I got the precision sonar mount is because I found it so damn cheap. Like I found a guy who had, it was off a Skeeter. And for those of you who don't know, there's a dog running down the road. Gosh darn it. Oh man, I hope my chickens are okay. Anyway, so for those of you who don't know, I bought the precision sonar mount from a Skeeter, and it kind of fit perfect. I just had to kind of cut around here on both sides, cut around here, and it works good. So for those of you who are doing the DuraSafe stuff, make sure if you have a Garmin that you if you have a Garmin, you know that you're gonna have to buy the extra brackets with it, okay? And if you have anything, I believe anything that's different than a stock cradle for it, it's not gonna fit. It's not gonna fit. Before you order these, make sure that whatever cradle you have from whatever company you bought is the same exact size as the stock one, okay? And the stock one is on my other one. Let me climb off the boat right here. So you just, you know, you go to your stock, as you can see, the stock one fit perfect. And it literally was like, I tried stretching the bracket. It sounds dumb. I tried stretching the bracket, like bending it. It doesn't. It just doesn't. But you know, you have the stock bracket here. This is the stock bracket for the Garmin. Okay, and you just have to make sure that whatever aftermarket bracket you're using is the same exact size, because this thing is not going to reach. See how tight it fits? It fits. It's tight up in there. So on the other one, I cut it here, and I cut it here, and I put a plate on it and put the 2 screws here, 2 screws here, and these 2 screws had wider holes, so I was able to stretch this thing a little bit bigger. So for the DuraSafe stuff, I like it. I do think the locks are overpriced at $50 each. Plus, if you're going just to buy locks, say you're going to a store to buy a lock, you can get a good ass fucking lock for $50, man. These are pretty much just like, it's just, let me take it back off. It's just a barrel lock pretty much with a piece of pipe on the back with a hole drilled in it, with an end cap, with a hole drilled in it. That's why I don't think they're worth the $50. But most of the people you see with them are pros, and as we all know, the pros get them for free. Most pros do, but you know, it's just a barrel lock pretty much. You know, it's just a barrel lock. That's all it is. And the good thing about it is you have a number, which I don't like the fact that, so there's a number on this, okay? A number on this, and there's a number on the key. I think it's the same number. So you can, this is crazy, man. So when you order them, they say, do you want all your keys to be the same? And say if I order 10 more, I can get them with the same key. You have to send this number. So if somebody really wants, they can order a lock and say, yeah, this is the number. And they'll send you a matching key for the one you ordered plus your whole fucking boat. I don't like that. I don't know what the security is. I don't know if you have to get an email to your email to approve it, or if they have to put your name, it has to be the same address. I hope they got some damn security on it, because like, just say if this wasn't my boat, I could walk up and be like, all right, DuraSafe, you know, his number is blah blah blah, say it's 1245. I could go, okay, 1245, go to duralock.com. I want to order a lock. They're going to ask you, do you want to use a matching key for your existing locks? But yes, what's your number? Whatever it is, 1065. That's not my number, so good luck. And they'll send you a lock keyed to these locks. I'm hoping they have some, I'm going to email them and see what kind of security they have, because they should say, well, it has to, you know, you have to be the person that bought it. You got to show proof you bought it to get it matched to a lock, because from what I see here, that's all you have to do. Hopefully there's some security. I'm going to shoot an email out to them and find out what the security measures are on that. But like I said, I think this cost me 1, 2, 3, almost $400. But now I know when I go somewhere, I at least have this. If they're gonna steal them, they're gonna steal them. That's the bottom line, dude. They'll get a friggin' sawzall, they'll cut this shit off and take it. It's just how it is. This right here, you know, Lowrance gives you a plastic mount. I mean, if somebody really wants, they could probably rock this and take this, yank this whole piece off. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. If someone wants to steal it, they're gonna steal it. That's how it is. Now the one up front, I mean, it's gonna be hard. You know, this is some Mac Daddy beefy ass shit to get this off. You'd have to be here with a sawzall chopping for a while. So that's my whole thing about the DuraSafe locks. I don't have anything really negative to say about them, because when they did send it, they said it's for, you know, just it's for stock, and up front is a different kind of mount. So I'm not blaming that on them. That's on me. I did it myself. I fixed it, made it all work. Up here, not being able to tilt it, they should kind of tell you got to put on a flat mount or you lose you, because you know a lot of times when you're using your scope and you want your scope to be like this, but I think this will be fine. I'm gonna get a whole new mount. I want to get a dual mount anyway, so I'm gonna get a flat one. So make sure you get a flat mount if you're using the Garmin, because your Garmin back bracket will hit, and this is as far back as you could tilt this. You can't go flat. So that is my review on the DuraSafe E-Lock. I have them on my boat. Every single thing is E-Lock now, and when I park my boat at somewhere, I know I at least have a little tiny bit of security. I feel a little better knowing that my stuff's protected, okay? If you have any questions, leave a link below. I will put a link to the E-Locks in the bottom so you can order them. And once again, Be The Outdoors out.